What's up, YouTube? I'm a little behind, so I'm trying to catch up. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's get right into this. Here we go,
everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all hopping on up in here this morning. There is some breaking news going on in New York right now, you guys.
As we speak,
There's some breaking news going on in New York right now.
As we speak.
In New York, there has been a suspicious green package found outside West 36th Street. If you guys are anywhere around there, get out of the area. There has been a suspicious activity report going on right now. During the dispatch call, authorities investigated a possible suspicious package reported outside a location on West 36th Street near 7th Avenue, Midtown Manhattan. Now, the package was described as green, and responders reviewed the situation, right? So, yeah, hold on one second, y'all. Outside of 164 West 36th Street, Broadway to 7th Avenue. It's a green package. Okay. So they're saying it's a green package, suspicious package on West 36th Street near 7th Avenue, Midtown Manhattan. If y'all over there, be careful. All right. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. I appreciate all of y'all. Today, we have the appeal hearing for Sean Diddy Combs, as Diddy may get out not today. Let me explain this to y'all. Diddy will not walk out of prison today, even if his ruling is overturned. He won't find out today. His appeal is today. His appeal is today, right now. In about 5 minutes, his appeal will start. Now, basically, what's going on with his appeal is he will go in. He has 10 minutes. He has 10 minutes to go in and make his case.
To talk?
Once he goes in and make his case, then the government has 10 minutes to rebuttal. And after those 10 minutes, so you'll have 10 minutes, 10 minutes. After those 10 minutes, with both sides, then Diddy will leave, and they'll give Diddy his response in writing. Today, we're going to present to you guys the arguments that are made in the courthouse. That's what we're bringing to y'all today, the arguments that are made in the commentary of what's going on in the courthouse. Now, today, they could rule that Diddy, is going to be freed, which means that, what I'm saying is that not today, but today is the appeal to find out whether or not Diddy will be freed shortly, meaning however long they take to write their response, because it won't be like, oh, they give two things and then today the judge rules, oh, you're free or you're not free. Now, that's not how it goes. How it goes is both arguments are heard, and then remember when Judge Armstrong Moranian, he took a few days, almost a week, to respond to the appeal, 2 weeks, something like that, in writing? That's how it goes today. So today, basically, the courtroom, everybody be there to hear the arguments from both sides, what Diddy's going to say and what the prosecution is going to say. And we'll find out if the prosecution has any new information up their sleeve today that they want to reveal as well. Because you never know. They could go in there and say, hey, man, we got some more stuff we want to reveal today, which is another reason. But it is, basically stricken to this appeal right here. So, they're going to, it's not going to be a situation where they say, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, appeal granted, you can walk out today. That's not how it goes.
That ain't never how it goes.
He's going to have to wait for them to respond in letter. They're going to take a look at all sides, all evidence, and, certain things to see legally where this lies. And then if they agree with Diddy, then they can say, hey, Diddy, you're free. You know what I'm saying? You're free to go. And then, whenever they come back with the ruling, if they have ruled that, Diddy can walk out. If they say, no, you're not free to go, then they're going to hold you there. You got to stay, you're going to stay right there. So that's how this is going to go for everybody who wants to know how this is going to go. And so we're just going to give you guys the play-by-play and let y'all know exactly what's going on today. We're going to let everybody know exactly what's happening today. Salute to all of y'all that's in here. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. If you guys haven't shared the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all of you guys coming on in here, man. We are live. We are definitely live and direct with y'all. Salute to everybody that's been buying the merch, man. I appreciate all y'all who kept y'all word. There's been a few of y'all that already bought the merch. Salute to y'all. Y'all be seeing those videos come up before I even come in this video. Salute to y'all that went over there and bought the merch, man, and kept your word. You know, like I said, I ain't want to waste my time putting out the merch and then they're not copying it when I'm dropping it. You dig? That's gotta happen. that's gotta happen. You gotta copy it when I drop it. You feel me? And I've dropped it. So most def. But yeah, that's the situation for today, you guys. The situation is quite simple. As we're on time now. We're on time now. So we will see. Right now, you guys, we are on time.
All right, while he trying to get his words together. While my main man, Big Ticket, is getting his words together, let's hear from somebody who was outside the courtroom. I got video footage of her when I went up to the courtroom.
Diddy update. I am out.
Was going on and everything. And she's a beautiful little girl. She said, "Oh, thank you for asking." I said, "Do you mind if I film you a little bit?" She said, No, I don't mind. But thank you for asking, though. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, see, I'm a gangster, baby. Oh, no. Here we go. Check this out, man. Let's go. Wait a minute. I got too many things. Last video.
Diddy update. I am outside of the Thurgood Marshall Courthouse, 40 Foley Square, where we just wrapped the oral arguments for Diddy's appeal in front of the Second Circuit. And all of Diddy's lawyers were here except for Tenny Garagos. We actually even saw Brian Steele, which was a surprise. Mark Agnifilo, Nicole Westmoreland, Xavier Donaldson, Anna Esteveo,
I ain't think Mark was going to show, man, to be honest. I thought Mark was straight on the F you, I'm done with you, Diddy. Here we go.
Everybody was here. And the government, of course, was here. Madison Smizer, Christy Slavic, who did the arguments, and also Alexandra Shapiro did the arguments on Diddy's side. And some of Diddy's family was here. His sister and her husband, and then I think one of his mother's friends were here. So we tried to talk to the lawyers after. They didn't really say much. I will post a video of that later where Mark just kind of said, Agnifilo said, great arguments, and that was that. So both sides are supposed to get, 10 minutes. Alexandra Shapiro gets up there. She says she is going to go for 8 minutes and reserve 2 for rebuttal. But each side ended up getting a lot more time because there's just a lot to go over. And the judge actually said, this is a very complicated case. This is very complex. And he obviously, or they did not rule from the bench. They are, reserving that. And Alexandra Shapiro at the end kind of said, we really hope that, we can get a decision sooner than later. And I'm paraphrasing here. But, she got up there and just started off by really saying that, we want to cite our support of the jury and what a jury decides. And we want to respect the law and what the law is. And then the judge kind of interrupts, and this is Nardini, interrupts and says, are you going to go into like violations of the Sixth Amendment? And she's like, I not now, I wasn't going to, but I can sort of, I can sort of pivot there. And then they bring up a case that they're citing and everything. And it's Vaughn and Johnson, which is in her 100-page brief. But basically, the judge wanted to go into the fact that, and he read from Judge Subramanian's the transcript when he was going through the sentencing, saying, he did consider some overlapping conduct, and that should be allowed, overlapping conduct. So there's a difference here between acquitted conduct and overlapping conduct. And, at the heart of it as well, I'll just sort of skip around a little bit.
Okay.
the government, Christy Slavic, when she got up there, she said, this isn't actually acquitted conduct. This is admitted conduct. We're talking about a guy who said he admitted to, giving drugs to these women, which I guess would be coercion, plying them with drugs was the term used, and beating them, whatever. And then Shapiro said, no, that's not actually admitted conduct. That's not what happened. He never admitted to, quote, plying them with drugs. What he admitted to was, domestic violence. And it was Judge Baker who was sort of trying to lay it out for Shapiro, saying, okay, so what you're saying is Judge Subramanian, when he was sentencing Mr. Combs, he was sort of mixing and matching some of the acquitted conduct under some of these elements. And she said, yes, that's what he was doing. So if he were to sentence Combs on, a coercion element, or because of coercion, like that should not be allowed because he was acquitted of coercion under different predicate acts. So they bring up the Cannes Film Festival travel, which is when, and this was Nardini who brought this up. They seem to be kind of stuck on this for a minute. Nardini brings up the Cannes Film Festival travel and how Cassie and Combs are flying back to New York, and he's like squeezing her leg, and he seems to be threatening her, and showing her, or showing people a freak off video of her, which is, he's kind of blackmailing her and saying, I will show this if you don't do what I say, or something like that, whatever. So they go back to New York, they have dinner, and then they decide, or he decides that they are going to do an FO. And this was, I guess, connected to the Mann Act for whatever reason, I guess because the government says, and the judge was sort of laying it out there, because they traveled from point A to point B to engage in a commercial sex act. And Shapiro's like, what? No, that is not what happened. You're acting like they only traveled from France to New York to engage in this commercial sex act, when that's not what happened. They were simply returning to New York. They went to dinner, and then they decided, or he decided, that, they were going to have this freak off. Yeah. So, they brought up the threat of releasing the video, all that stuff. But again, that doesn't necessarily go with the Mann Act. And also, something big that they pointed out was that, and the judge and also Shapiro during her time, sorry, I know I'm skipping around, but I'm still on Shapiro technically. They were like, this entire trial was about trafficking and about racketeering. The Mann Act, this was an afterthought almost. It was almost like, here's all the evidence to sex trafficking in RICO, and oh, by the way, here's a chart, right? Here's some charts and graphs saying that the escorts flew from point A to point B to engage in commercial sex, whatever. At the end, Slavic did say, well, in that chart, we did point out something with Jane having to do with the Mann Act, and that was a little different, whatever. And so they said they'd go back and look at the transcript there. But yeah, and then let me just make sure. Oh, and then, before I get to the government, I will say, so Shapiro, she concluded with like, this is the highest sentence in history that, one has ever gotten with the Mann Act. And she had said something about, I think she used the word make weight, and something like it, just in passing, and Nardini did not like that. He's like, what are you suggesting? Like make weight, which I believe means like bolster a claim because you don't have anything there. And I think he thought she was accusing Subramanian of doing that, and she's like, no, I wasn't saying that. And he was like, oh, okay. It got tense for a minute. I could tell her body language, Shapiro, like she could not get a sentence out at one point. Like she just kind of crossed her arms and she's like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna, but it ended up working out fine because during her rebuttal, they gave her a little over 5 minutes. So that was better for her. She could get some of the things out that she wanted to say. Let me see. Oh, she also just said, like as far as like the mixing and matching goes and stuff, like, well, the jury did not believe that these two women were victims. They didn't believe that they were coerced. So like, why are we doing this? Why are we attributing that? And again, the judge, they just seem to argue like, well, he is allowed to use overlapping conduct to an extent. Like, that is allowed. And then when the government got up there, let me just see my pages, I numbered them. They really, interrupted her, Christy Slavic, immediately, because they start talking about how she presented her summation and how she presented counts 3 and 5, which did not connect to counts 2 and 4. And 3 and 5 were the Mann Act, 2 and 4 were the trafficking. And Judge Miriam, I think that was her name, she says, you never overlapped his conduct in summation. So the judge said to her, why can't we hold you to what you presented to the jury? You never overlapped anywhere there. You presented the Mann Act through charts. You never said it was about Jane Doe or Cassie Ventura traveling for sex, for commercial sex, whatever. So, how is this not acquitted conduct? They kind of push back a little bit. And the judge did give like a hypothetical to both sides, a murder hypothetical, where he said, you've got a guy who shoots a guy in the head, and he's charged with murder 1 and murder 2, and he's acquitted on murder 1. Murder. But when it comes to sentencing, what can the judge take into consideration with this, and what can he not? And it's like, okay, yes, the factor of premeditation should not be taken into consideration. Right, okay, but what are the other factors he can take into consideration? There's a lot more. So that's why they said this is very complicated. It's not black and white, it's very, very gray. And the last thing I want to say, sorry, I'll expand later, but the government said that even if Subramanian did make an error, which she says he didn't, but even if he did, it will be harmless, because in what he said, he considered all of the statements and sentencing guideline enhancements, which were leadership. So meaning, Combs had like 5 co-conspirators underneath him or something, which was like Christina Courtroom, the 2 escort owners, and I believe Cassie and Jane, but and fraud and coercion, and then also victim grouping. He did not say anything about the victim grouping enhancement. So she noted the ambiguity around this, which goes to like, okay, well, the jury didn't find Cassie and Jane a victim, so there was no victim grouping. So he, this should still hold up. But anyway, all of the judges said, yeah, this is complicated, so we are reserving the right to decide. And more later from me on L.
All right. Diddy's appeal day. I got to keep going with this,
So
man.
Diddy's appeal was an absolute mess. The judge was sighing.
So Diddy's appeal was an absolute mess. Oh, my God. We're going to get back to big ticket, man. But this joint crazy, y'all.
Interrupting Alexandra Shapiro multiple times, Diddy's lawyer. They were arguing back and forth. It was a very long argument. Diddy was not present himself, but some articles are saying that Diddy could be getting out of prison tonight, but I definitely don't think that is the case. Hey guys, that's Rob Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and
Diddy ain't getting out of jail till 2030. I don't have no proof, but all we need is a criminal charge. That dude, I can't remember his name. God dang it. The heavyset, for lack of a better word, the heavyset white guy with the beard that said that Diddy did something he had no business doing, some ski on Biggie's clothing. Him. Now his casing went forward a little bit more. So I'll give it about a year. And now this what's gonna happen. I think this what's gonna happen. Because of this appeal, they probably shave off some months, right? They're going to shave off some months. Then they're going to say, oh, you got your months shaved off, but now we got some new charges. Now he got to go to court while he's still in jail. And they say, guilty. You are found guilty. And you're going to do at least 5 years. Y'all going to be like, that crazy Uncle Mike was right. I called it, baby. That's what I'm calling. So I'm putting it on as many videos as I can. 2030. It's going to be past 2030 when Diddy get out.
Consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. Diddy's lawyers, guys, they were getting whacked left and right multiple times. And whoever this judge was, I'm here for it, because he seemed to be locked and loaded for this case. And there were multiple times where he was using examples of Diddy's behavior.
I'm trying to tell you, you know what he just said to me? This is what he just said. This judge and the other judge, Judge Romeo, whatever, I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't trying to pronounce this stuff. Neither one of them is part of the clique. See, they got judges, Diddy got police officers, judges, FBI agents, all these people, him and Jay-Z and all these higher uppers. It's like, I'm a police officer. Here go my badge, y'all. Wait, security? Somebody call security. Look here. Let me break it down to y'all. Security, boom. I'm security right at the front door. They slide me. You got 5 people coming in. It's $20 a piece. You slide me $50. I put it in my pocket and let all your boys come in. Or I don't search them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Security, police, they decide when they can turn their head or go by the book. Then it goes higher all the way to judges. And they said that. They said they got judges on the payroll. They got government officials. You thought Trump was on the payroll too. Trump said, man, look here. Yeah, I'm on your payroll, bro, but god dang, you voted against me when I was running for president. You said out of your mouth, we can't let this white man in. That's what Diddy said, dog. And y'all seriously thought, oh my God. You called security on yourself as you seriously thought Trump was going to give this boy a cotton picking pass or pardon or excuse or look, a wink or or something. Trump ain't giving out nothing. Then y'all gonna say he racist? Make up your mind. If he would have, man, come on, man. I call y'all back. My bad, y'all. Let's keep it going. One
of them of Diddy on a plane with Cassie, showing Cassie videos of whatever she was doing, and him basically hanging that over her head as leverage to say that, this is what you're doing, taunting. So the judge reminding Diddy's lawyers of this, I think, was fantastic. Diddy's lawyer, she even said herself verbatim out of her own words, guys, that she's getting a little lost. How are you getting a little lost as far as I'm concerned? I don't know why there are people thinking that he will get out of prison tonight, because the general consensus of that argument, if you hear it in full, is that the judge was whacking Diddy's lawyers continuously, interrupting, correcting, saying that this doesn't make any...
They were saying that at the hearing, bruh. No bull. They were saying that at the hearing. People was outside. I can pull up we did the reaction. I can pull up the tape. Diddy is going to walk out that door right now. In about 10 minutes. Wait a minute. Let me try to get this right. In about 10 or 15 minutes, Diddy is going to walk out them doors right there. You see them doors? I said to myself, oh my God, man. You know what? You can say any type. You're right. You should be careful what you say on this social media, especially when you start getting large amounts of subscribers. People start depending on you because the little people don't know. And I'm not saying that the people, I'm just saying, not you, you're not little, but people that is not keeping up with this stuff don't know. They don't understand. So you should watch what you say, because you're trying to get clicks and views. So you're going to sit there and say, Diddy gonna walk out that door. Number one, even if Diddy was found not guilty and you released to go home, he don't walk out the courtroom. He don't walk out the court. He got to go back to the jail, get processed, fingerprinted, and get all this stuff. They want their stuff back. Get your stuff out your cell. We're gonna drive you back. You ain't gonna walk out the. Oh my God, y'all watch too much TV. Let's calm. Let's keep going. Let's calm down. Here we go. Did I rewind? Here we go. Let me be quiet. Go ahead, y'all.
Herself verbatim out of her own words, guys, that she's getting a little lost. How are you getting a little lost as far as I'm concerned? I don't know why there are people thinking that he will get out of prison tonight, because the general consensus of that argument, if you hear it in full, is that the judge was whacking Diddy's lawyers continuously, interrupting, correcting, saying that this doesn't make any sense. He said many times that Judge Arun did a great job with, whatever he did during the entire time of the trial. I just don't think that Diddy is getting out of jail tonight. If he does, I will be shocked. I will go
Shocked.
live tonight if it was announced that he's getting out of jail tonight. The results might even come out tomorrow. There might be an extended break as far as I'm concerned. But multiple things were mentioned indeed. They also mentioned a hotel night, which is another term for the freak-offs guys that are basically going on, in which Diddy enjoyed with Jane, and this wasn't connected to any threat. The lawyers shared their hope for an expedited ruling on the part of the judges, but that clearly is unclear. But what is clear is that Diddy is pressing his lawyers massively. Diddy could be a free man today after his lawyers appear before a federal appeals court and argue his freak-offs was simply not a violation of law, but rather just corn, and that it was just kinky, and that it is protected under the U.S.
But you can't force people into porn, if that's what you want to call it. You calling it that. And you can't pay people to do porn and cross state lines. Now, I know a lot of people do that, but it's against the law. A lot of people spit on the sidewalk, but guess what? That's against the law. I'm just going by what's on the books, baby. Criminal justice, I got a criminal justice degree. They gave me, my crazy tail got a criminal justice degree. I had to go. God made me go get a criminal justice degree. Do you know why? Degree. Because I'm allergic to jail, bruh. I'm allergic. I don't want to go there. So I want to learn the law to make sure I don't get stuck there. Wouldn't you do that? Wouldn't you do that? I'll call you back. Let's go.
US Constitution.
Here we go.
Diddy was convicted of the Mann Act, as we all know, but I want to remind you guys. But Diddy claims through his lawyers that the Mann Act here doesn't apply because the freak-offs and hotel nights were highly choreographed performances involving the use of costumes, role play, and stage lighting, which were filmed so Diddy and his girlfriends could watch the amateur corn later. Corn production and viewing of this sort is protected by the First Amendment and thus cannot constitutionally be prosecuted. What are you talking about? Stage lighting? You didn't have lights all over as you were doing whatever you were doing with these escorts when you had to hire them to do things to Cassie, and this wasn't the plan. Where why is Diddy talking about he had a whole corn studio? This clearly wasn't the case, that you had cameras all around filming and that you all agreed, signed contracts, and were ready to read the scripts and do the role play, and that it's just corn. You're trying to mask it as corn so that is protected under the US Constitution, but that is not what this is. Per the words of Jane and Cassie throughout the trial, they clearly were not enjoying what these freak-offs were, did not want to be a part of it, and they were part of it because of Diddy's instructions. It wasn't an agreement that they were all coming together to build a corn studio so that they can all make corn together and, get their cuts agreeably. That is not what this is. And I feel like they have changed the narrative completely because it is desperate from Diddy's side. But Alexandra Shapiro, Diddy's lawyer, she did an awful job, in my opinion. Didn't come as prepared. The judge was interrupting and whacking, as I said. The prosecutors guys are calling these claims completely meritless, but Diddy's legal team was also arguing that this 15-month sentence is completely out of line with sentencing guidelines, and they say that he should have actually deserved 15 months. Diddy has served 19 so far, so technically he would have been free by now if he got, according to Diddy's lawyers. The defense say the judge considered evidence connected to the more serious charges, racketeering as well, and trafficking, of which Diddy was acquitted of. In other words, any evidence of force or coercion, so say the defense, was out of bounds for the judge to consider, and therefore Arun was wrong for doing that, and this also includes the Cassie video. The oral arguments went back and forth. Again, Diddy was not present. It's unclear when the court is going to hand down this ruling because I'm not sure why. But the judge himself said that, this is a very difficult case. These were his own words. And they can easily find, guys, the appeal judge can easily find that Arun's consideration of fraud coercion was allowed under the sentencing guideline because the conduct relates to the transportation convictions, or they can completely reject the guideline completely and say acquitted conduct can still be considered. That's what the appeal judge can say, which means that it won't go into Diddy's effect. Even if they say fraud or coercion shouldn't have been considered, Diddy's sentencing was only 50 months anyways, and the judge rejected many other conduct considerations as well. This is what I don't understand from Diddy's lawyers. Diddy only got 4 years. He was facing life. So the fact that Judge Arun even gave him 4 years is a massive consideration when it comes to this appeal, that he gave him not as many years as everybody expected, as Diddy expected. And so therefore, what are we doing here? The man's going to be out in 2 years as it is, or probably next year per good behavior. So Diddy is fighting for this expedition, not only after that, but once the appeal, arguments ended, the oral arguments, You then have Diddy's lawyers are basically saying, Judge, we need an expedition. We need, like, bro, stop pressuring the judge 24/7. You got your expedited trial. You got your
Yep. You got everything. And I think what they doing, and this is every little thing you ask for, we're going to give you. Except for, they asked about the clothing. Yeah. They asked about the clothing. And he went on and I think he granted him small things about the clothing. So in other words, and Diddy got a nerve to try to use some slick stuff. He told the judge, "You're doing a good job." Yeah, thank you. Because I'm about to put you in jail. You still think I'm doing a good job? You're a hypocrite. Diddy, you a hypocrite. You make up your mind. The judge is doing a good job. Or you want to appeal what he said because he ain't doing a good job. Am I right? If he doing such a good job, Diddy, why you appealing what his verdict was?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
That's all it is, man.
Bullshit.
That's all it is.
Expedite appeal, you will get your expedite answer in good time. I don't know why Diddy's lawyers are pushing continuously. We know Diddy is desperate to get out, but clearly he's not going anywhere as of right now. A lot of other creators online, from what I'm seeing, and a lot of other people are tweeting, basically, who watched this, listen to it because, it was audio, was that Diddy's lawyers were getting whacked. That is the general consensus of this appeal. His lawyers did not do a good job. I'm quite shocked because listening to it and hearing it, I was in the gym and I just had this audio and I was just like making faces thinking, what? Diddy, your lawyers are getting packed up and you prepared for this for a very long time. Your lawyers had enough time to know that this appeal was expedited. Why couldn't you have done better? How can the lawyers say that we are getting a little lost? Like, how can you even say that to the judge? And you think that this man is suddenly going to be getting out tonight? Immediately. After the 19 months that he served, he's getting out tonight. TMZ seems to think that he's getting out tonight, but we know that TMZ like to be up Diddy's arse sometimes, and other times they like to drag him. They like to play both sides of the fence against Diddy because that's where they make the most money, when they're playing both sides of the fence. And so they are reporting that he seems to be, getting out tonight. They have a good argument, but that's not how the appeal went to me as somebody who listened to it. I felt like Diddy's lawyers simply didn't do a good job. Shapiro was stumbling on her words, going back and forth, trying to, make things clearer for the judge, but the judge was like, well, no, things are already clear to me, and I've already made that point. The judge was telling off Shapiro for regurgitating certain things as well. It just didn't seem like it was organized. Diddy and his lawyers, guys, are literally asking for the Second Circuit to toss the prosecution conviction over a sentencing misstep. To say that it's a sentencing misstep, means that you're coming literally for Arun and saying that he's done a very bad job.
Right.
That they improperly applied a coercion enhancement to his sentencing based on acquitted conduct, which they say runs afoul of recent guidance by the U.S. Sentencing Commission. The jury refused to authorize any punishment for other charges, Diddy wrote in a subsequent appeals filing. The jury only authorized punishment for prostitution. It never authorized a sentence 4 times the typical sentence for that crime, but the district court imposed one anyway. It ignored the Sentencing Commission's decision to prohibit the pernicious practice of acquitted conduct sentencing. That is basically, the main body of the oral arguments that Diddy's lawyers were basically fighting for. And this is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen tonight. We know that U.S. Attorney Christy Slavic for the defense argued on Thursday that Arun had judiciously weighed the acquitted conduct in the context of the offense, therefore giving a 50-month prison sentence instead. But of course, Diddy's lawyers are saying that this is far more than basically what is deserved. I don't think Diddy's going to get I don't think he's going to be free tonight. If he's going to be free tonight, I'm going live. We're all going to be there. We're all going to talk about it, and I want to be pissed. But I don't see that to be the reason. But of course, Diddy is on the edge to find out what's going to happen. Let me know your thoughts, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Have you guys listened to the appeal? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Let me
know, man, because there's nowhere in the world. This is some foolishness. This right here is foolishness. This is man. Let's get back to Big Ticket for a little while, man. Let's get back to Big. This is a 2-hour joint he did. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. I'm sorry, Ticket. I can't do the whole thing, baby.
It may be considered, right? She says yes. The judge says, so other than preserving your reserve 2 minutes.
Oh no! Wait a minute. He got some.
The judge says,
You. We got the 411 from him. Wait a minute.
Found earlier with it couldn't have been found earlier with due diligence, and it must likely change the outcome. That process happens back in the trial court.
Okay.
During an appeal hearing, right?
Okay, here we go.
So a new potential case will be entirely separate. Prosecutors would need a new indictment or superseding one before trial, grand jury proceedings, and a whole new case. They cannot introduce or argue unrelated new charges or evidence during an appeal of existing conviction, right? So here's what's going on today, you guys. Diddy's attorneys, Alexander Shapiro and Nicole Westmoreland, they're going to be the ones leading today. They claim that Diddy's conviction should be overturned for the sentence reduced, or his sentence reduced, because the judge improperly considered evidence tied to the acquitted racketeering sex trafficking charges. The prosecution position is they filed briefs arguing the trial judge correctly considered relevant evidence of threats and abuse when sentencing on the prostitution counts, and they would defend the conviction and sentence in oral argument. This relies entirely on the trial record, not any new material. So anything that's new that comes out against Diddy will not come out today. This is all about Diddy pushing the limits. Now let's get right into it, because we're in the courtroom now. Y'all smash the like button. So Diddy's lawyer says, Shapiro, this is about respecting jury's verdicts. The judge says, you are not. The judge says, you argue to not consider acquitted conduct. But this court has held that it may be considered, right? Oh, shit, he's cooked, bro. He's cooked. God dang. They don't.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, these people, what kind of game they playing? Diddy lawyers, he got all that money to do the appeals. You got all these lawyers. You got all this you got all this stuff. You ain't getting out, bruh. That judge seen the look on these people's face, the victim. All you got to do is get a judge that's looking toward the victims. And y'all don't see this? This judge is fine, cool. This judge is not going through all this information saying, well, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong for Diddy. He's saying, this is right, this is right, this is right to keep him in jail. He's going through he's looking for ways to keep him in jail. From day one. Nah, no bond. Nope, you can't. I can't get bail? No. I can't get, no. Keep your butt in jail. You know why? Because you've been a bad boy. Y'all didn't see that from the beginning. I said, man, this mofo in some big time trouble, bruh. Here we go.
But this court has held that it may be considered, right? Oh, shit, he's cooked, bro. He's cooked. God dang. They don't came off the first sentence and cooked this nigga, man. Let me repeat that to y'all again. This nigga's cooked, bro. He's cooked. Diddy's lawyer, the first thing she says, Alexander Shapiro, she says this is about respecting jury's verdicts. The judge stops her right there. The judge says, you argue to not consider acquitted conduct, but this court has held that it may be considered, right? Question mark. He asked her a question. Diddy's lawyer said yes. It's over with. The judge says, so other than preserving your argument for an L bank panel or the Supreme Court, oh, the judge says, we will immediately turn to U.S. versus Combs. All counsels are present. Mr. Shapiro will appear for the appellant and will reserve 2 minutes for rebuttal. Diddy's lawyer, Mr. Shapiro, says, yes, Your Honor. The judge says, we have read the briefs, Mr. Shapiro, question mark. Diddy's lawyer says again, and I'll say it again to y'all, she said this is about respecting the jury's verdicts. The judge says, you argue to not consider acquitted conduct, but this court has held it that it may be considered, right? She says, yes. The judge says, so other than preserving your argument for in-bank panel or the Supreme Court, the judge says, we can't find that our president has been implicitly undermined. That is why we have the in-bank process. I'm taking about stare decisions. Are you saying we can look at dissents or certain denials? Are you? Diddy's lawyer says, we are preserving the argument. I'm sorry, because the information is coming out right now so fast. Let me say this again. The information is coming out so fast. The way it's being written and coming out is crazy, right? How it's being written and coming out. I'm giving y'all this as best as I could, right? So already, you guys, this is not looking good for Diddy. Already it's not looking good. Because the judge just told Diddy's lawyer straight up, right off the jump. He says, hey, this court has considered acquitted conduct, right or wrong. And Diddy's lawyer says yes. Their argument is, hey, you can't consider acquitted conduct. Diddy's lawyer says, hey, but hold on, this court has done this. So right off the bat, that's the first thing that the judge have said to Diddy's lawyers. Now we'll find out how Diddy's lawyers respond. We'll find out how his lawyer respond right now. Right? Just some very important stuff that's going on. Right? So Diddy's lawyer says, hey, we're preserving the argument. Salute to all of y'all that's coming on in. I want to see what they're going to say, man. This is going to be very interesting right here to see how Diddy's lawyers get around this now. Because the judge starting off like that, that's not a good sign, yo. When the judge start off with that. Nope. The judge start off with that, right? He started off with that, right?
And you know one thing that's hard to do, man? Once they put that hammer down and this is a judge that made this decision. This trial went on for a long time, right? So you mean to tell me all that stuff and I've been sitting here doing all this stuff, then you're going to go against me? I'm your cousin. This is what the judges are doing. We already know we ain't with that clique. We need to show this clique an example, and me and you need to stick together. You think I did wrong? Nah. And what makes it so bad is I'm looking what they saying. I'm trying to tell y'all, Diddy and his crew, Jay-Z, all these people, Oprah, Ellen, they've been doing negative and wrong for so long. When they think they doing right, they still in the bad area. This is the good area. Come up front. This from here, what you seeing, all this is good. They've been doing bad. They came up, but they still in the bad area. They don't understand that. I call you back, man. I call y'all back.
All right, you guys. So that's the crazy part. You know? So let's get to it. Hold on. Man, bro. Okay, so here we go, you guys. Here we go, you guys. So another judge, Judge Sarah Merriam, that's another judge that's presiding over this hearing, that's in the courtroom. She asked the question to Diddy's lawyers right now. Listen very closely, y'all. Her question is, how are you saying that Judge Submaranian erred on this? She says, are you saying that he had to do more than acknowledge the acquittal? Diddy's lawyer says, Mrs. Shapiro, she says, that's just make weight. Judge Nardini says, that's disparaging. Diddy's lawyer says, no, that's not what I meant. I'd like to move on. It's bad for Diddy already, bro. That nigga's probably be mad than a mofo. It's bad for him already. That nigga gonna be mad than a mofo, bro. He gonna be mad than a mofo. That nigga gonna be fuming. They put a Ferrari on his ass already. Let me say this to y'all again. So the other judge,
they put a Ferrari on him.
Sarah Merriam says to Diddy's lawyer, she says, how are you saying Judge Submaranian erred on this? Meaning, how are you saying that he made a mistake on his ruling? She said, are you saying that he had to do more to acknowledge the acquittal? Diddy's lawyer, Alexander Shapiro, says, that's just make weight. Then another judge that's in there, Judge Nardini, says, that's disparaging. And then Diddy's lawyer says, no, that's not what I meant. I want to move on. Oh, bro, God, dog. Man, that nigga Diddy probably fuming right now, bro. That nigga is probably fuming. And that's just to keep it real with y'all. That nigga probably fuming right now. I know I'd be mad than a mofo. See, you don't want to go in there starting off wrong. She's already went in there and agreed that they consider, Diddy's lawyer has went into court and agreed that they consider acquitted conduct in that court. That's the first question the judge asked. And I know somebody said something about Brian Steele. Brian Steele is working another case right now. Ain't Brian Steele on the I think Brian Steele just got on the Lil Durk case.
Lil Durk.
Brian Steele is working a whole different case right now. You guys got to remember, Diddy's not paying all them lawyers right now. All them other lawyers that he had at the trial, that nigga ain't paying all of them this whole time. Shit, hell no. Right? Hell no. Y'all have to remember that. So it's a lot of his other lawyers got different cases. What's the little funny face dude name that was leading his case?
Mark.
The lead on his case.
Mark.
He doing the Mangione case right now. Mark Anglifo. He's doing the Mangione case right now. So they got different cases. All them lawyers, a lot of them lawyers got different cases, y'all. You guys got to remember this, right? So let's get to it. Somebody say, where's the audio? Ain't no audio. I'm the audio. I'm the audio. How about that? So let's get to it, right?
Yeah.
So basically, Judge Nardini stepped in and said, hey, man, that's disparaging. Diddy's lawyer says, no, that's not what I meant. I'd like to move on. Judge Nardini says, well, what about the two victims who participated? If I call someone to commit a crime, I am guilty of a crime. Section 2 is not the same as Section 371. Diddy's lawyer says, yes, this court has to review the district court's actual findings. Let me repeat that again. I want y'all to understand this perfectly how I'm saying it, right? And shout out to Inner City Press, man. They're doing a great job. Judge Sarah Merriam in the court says, how are you saying that Judge Submaranian erred on this? Are you saying he had to do more than acknowledge the acquittal? Diddy's lawyer, Alexander Shapiro, says that's just make weight. Then the other judge, Judge Nardini, says that's disparaging. Shapiro says, that's not what I meant. I'd like to move on. Then Judge Nardini hops in and says, well, what about the two victims who participated? If I call someone to commit a crime, I am guilty of a crime. Section 2 is not the same as Section 371. Do y'all understand what she just said? The judge just said? The judge says, what about the two victims who participated? Talking about the two that was convicted in the Mann Act, Diddy was convicted for, right? Cassie and Jane Doe. Peep what the lawyer judge just said now. So the judge just said, Judge Nardini says, what about the two victims, meaning Cassie and Jane Doe, who participated? She says, if I call someone to commit a crime, I am guilty of a crime. This is what the judge told Diddy's lawyer just now. She said Section 2 is not the same as Section 371. Diddy's lawyer, Alexander Shapiro, says, yes, this court has to review the district court's actual findings. Right? So this is Diddy's lawyer's rebuttal, right? That's his lawyer's rebuttal. This thing getting funky, boy. The judges in here going crazy right now on Diddy's lawyers, man. This ain't looking good, man. I'm gonna keep it real for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't
He said this thing getting funky. It's time to get funky. Funky. Everybody clap your hands. Diddy staying in jail. Trust me on that one, y'all. I'll keep trying to tell y'all.
This ain't looking good. This ain't looking good, man. They ice grilling them. They ice grilling Diddy's lawyers.
Ice grilling.
The judges. They got 3 judges.
Wait a minute, man. What happened to the daggone? Hey, what happened to the chat, man? I gotta see the chat, baby. I like seeing the chat. What's up with your chat, man?
Going in. This is crazy.
Let's see something.
Bro, it's crazy work, man.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy work, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. I keep it like
And I'm going to tell y'all something. What Diddy's going to try and do is, I'm telling y'all what he's going to do before he do it. Just so y'all know. Once he get rejected in this court, in the Second Circuit, he going to the Supreme Court. Let me see.
Wait a minute. Yo, God dang. I think the Supreme Court can turn down cases. There's something about Murray. Shout out to There's something about Murray.
Nothing. Yeah, man. So we waiting for the next update. Y'all smash a like, share, and subscribe, man, as y'all come in here. Let me see. Let me see, you guys. Get to this right now. Give y'all the next update. Okay, so check it out, y'all.
Check it out.
So, damn. Judge Nardini tells Diddy's lawyer, the jury is a finder of fact. Diddy's lawyer responds, Shapiro. And Shapiro says, the jury asked for Cassie's testimony on this. And we know that the jury rejected the notion that there were coercion. The judge says, in response, Judge Nardini, let me repeat that again. Judge Nardini told Diddy's lawyer just now, the jury is a finder of fact. So she's saying the jury is a finder of fact. Diddy's lawyer says the jury asked for Cassie Ventura's testimony on this. And we know that the jury rejected the notion that there was coercion. Judge Nardini responds to Diddy's lawyer and says, but you argued that Diddy did not intend under the Mann Act. Woo! Boy, this shit getting diabolical. To give you greater context, let me run this back real quick. So Judge Nardini is going in. Whoever this Judge Nardini is, they ass going in. Judge Nardini says, what about the two victims who participated? If I call someone to commit a crime, I am guilty of a crime. Section 2 is not the same as Section 371, right? Diddy's lawyer Shapiro says, yes, this court has to review the district court's actual findings. Judge Nardini says, the jury is the finder of fact. The judge is cooking Diddy's lawyer. This Judge Nardini is on Diddy's lawyer helmet. So Diddy's lawyer says, yes, this court has to review. So she says, Diddy's lawyer says the court has to review the district court's actual findings. The judge says, nuh-uh, the jury is the finder of fact. Alexander Shapiro, Diddy's lawyer, comes back and says, the jury asked for Cassie's testimony on this. And we know that the jury rejected the notion that there was coercion. Judge Nardini says, but you argued that Diddy did not intend under the Mann Act. Boy, this thing getting diabolical. Judge Nardini then says, you are implying that the jury disbelieved everything Cassie Ventura said.
Yeah.
But what you are really arguing is that the government was mixing and matching, right? Question mark. Diddy's lawyer then responds and says, acquitted conduct can only be used if it is also convicted conduct.
Whatever that means.
Did you, bro?
Somebody said, yeah, he's done.
I didn't even know them. I didn't know this was going to be like this. I didn't know the judges was coming for smoke today. I had no idea the judges was coming for this type of smoke today. This Judge Nardini is coming for smoke. Let me say, bro, this Judge Nardini is crazy.
Love this judge.
Judge Nardini says, yo, I gotta say this again. Hold on, bro. Diddy's lawyer done already made the judge mad when she basically talked shit about Judge Submarinian. She said, you're disparaging him. And Diddy's lawyer says, no, that's not what I meant. I want to move on. You know what I mean? Now, remember, they've already been in the news talking about he acted as the 15th juror or whatever they said.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The 13th juror he acted as, and
13th
he did
juror.
all of this.
Yeah.
And check this out, y'all. So the judge came back and said, well, what about the two victims who participated, Cassie and Jane Doe? Because if I call someone to commit a crime, I'm guilty of a crime, meaning that Diddy's guilty of a crime because he caused those two to commit crimes. That's what the judge is saying. Section 2 is not the same as Section 371, as the judge told Diddy's lawyer. And Diddy's lawyer said, yes, this court has to review the district court's actual findings. The judge then comes back, Nardini, and says, the jury is the finder of fact. Then Diddy's lawyer says the jury asked for Cassie's testimony, and on this, and we know that the jury rejected the notion that there was coercion. And think about how the judge ethered Diddy's lawyer right here. The judge says, but you argue that Diddy did not intend under the Mann Act. The judge says, you are implying that the jury disbelieved everything that Cassie said. That's ether right there. Because check this out, y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all why this is ether from the judge. It's ether because all the people that said, oh, he was found not guilty on the other stuff, that doesn't mean that the jury didn't believe a lot of the things that Cassie said. or certain aspects of what she said. For example, you can go on TV and talk for an hour, and you may agree with 60% of what somebody says, and you may disagree with 40% of what somebody says, right? Or you may disagree with 60% of what somebody says, and you agree with 40%. But because you disagree with 60%, guess what? Majority rules. But that doesn't mean you 100% disagree with them. So the judge is saying, you're trying to say that they just didn't believe anything Cassie said. Boom. Shapiro says acquitted conduct, Diddy's lawyer, can only be used if it's also convicted conduct. Now, I'm loving to see what the judge says in response to that. Because this is where you get deep into law. This is where you get deep into law. And now the judge came back with an ether napalm bomb just now. And smash the like button. We should have over 4,000 likes. Check it out, y'all. The judge, let me say this again. Diddy's lawyer says acquitted conduct can only be used if it is also convicted conduct. The judge have come back and said he arranged for the escort to travel to the hotel. What happened there was what he intended. It wasn't just for an attractive scene, and sex was just something that happened. But he showed the video. It showed his intent. The judge goddamn stir frying. Diddy's lawyer said, but that's not enough. Oh my God, bro. This damn Judge Nardini is crazy. Bro, I gotta look up Judge Nardini, bro. I have to look up Judge Nardini. Who the hell is this Judge Nardini? I gotta look up Judge Nardini. Judge Nardini is going in for the gusto. Judge Nardini says, hey, he arranged for the escort to travel to the hotel. What happened there was what he intended. It wasn't just for an attractive scene. And sex was just something that happened. But he showed the video. It showed his intent. So basically the judge they're basically agreeing with Arnold Submarinian. They're basically agreeing with Judge Submarinian. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If Judge Submarinian would have gave that nigga more time, Diddy still wouldn't have won his appeal. Not the way these judges talking. Judge Submarinian could have gave Diddy like 80 months and they wouldn't have overturned that shit. Not the way they talking. Because the way these judges talking, they saying, hey, look, you capping. The judges are grilling Diddy's lawyer. Right? So, hold on, you guys. What? In the middle of the argument that Diddy and the lawyer were having, Diddy's lawyer and the judge were having, and still during Mrs. Shapiro, who's Diddy's lawyer's argument, the Second Circuit Court had docketed something. Argument heard or being heard, ? And they docketed it as notice of United States Court of Appeals for Second Circuit, notice of docket activity. The following transaction was entered on the 9th of this month, 10:15 a.m., and filed on 4/9/2026, United States of America versus Combs, case number 25-26-23, case before. Okay, all right, cool. So they docketed it now. Okay, I see what it is. This is crazy, bro. See, I'm gonna tell you something. For them to overturn Submarinian, that means that they have to go through they would have to go against all of the shit that Submarinian is talking about. That's gonna be hard, man, to go against all the things that Submarinian put out there, man. I'm just telling y'all, man, it's not looking.
Dude, this judge, he dotted his I's and crossed his T's, period. This judge right here in this case, he bent over backwards. I know that the judge know that they didn't talk about no drug situation. They ain't talk about even gene dealing. A lot of people saying it was something about that baby oil, man. You don't just take 1,000 bottles of baby oil out because this guy got this mansion, right? And he got all this baby oil. Why you take it out? Why you ain't take all his pictures out? Why you ain't take all his shoes out? Why the baby oil? It was so much baby oil. Why y'all take that baby oil out? You know why? Because they knew. They knew through people saying they rubbed this stuff on me, and then all of a sudden I couldn't remember nothing. I was falling out. What happened to them people? What happened to all the men? What happened to all the man? Y'all, they did a terrible job. It ain't no such thing as justice no more, man. They giving Diddy more chances to come up off that money. Who you gonna get his money to? Because our court system is struggling. All the judges and everybody that can make some decisions, they like, man, shoot, some bread should come my way. Like they ain't never do it before. But I think these two judges, they ain't part of that clique, man. They looking at these victims. They standing up for victims' right, man. That's what they doing.
Looking good, man. Not looking good, bro. I'm telling y'all this. Not looking good.
Ain't looking good at all, baby.
Man, bro.
But no, but what do I know? I'm the one with the criminal justice degree, but what do I know? I don't know what I'm talking about.
See, the judges, what they had to do is they had to go over all the information in this case.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're so prepared for what Diddy's lawyers are saying, because all these judges had to review every aspect of this case going into this appeal. Right? So here we go, you guys. Now Judge Baker is talking. Judge Baker is talking. U.S. CIT of U.S. Court of International Trade, right? The glass box of the other side of Foley Square connected to 26 Federal Plaza. Now, Judge Baker asked a question to Diddy's lawyer. Judge Baker says, was the RICO evidence presented to the jury to convict on the Mann Act? Game over right there, y'all. This shit is game over, bro. It's game fucking over, bro. Now, let me repeat that again, bro. This is game over. The judge asked, was the RICO evidence presented to the jury to convict on the Mann Act? Diddy's lawyer says yes. Game over. Game over. See, this is the law, minds of law. Once you get legal minds in the room, it's all about who's bigger than who. It's levels to this shit. When you're talking about legal minds, you're talking about levels. It's levels to this shit. I'm gonna say it again. It's levels to this shit. And so these judges ain't getting appointed judges for no reason, bro.
Amen.
Most of these judges were lawyers before they came judges. So it's a certain level you have to get to, right? In order to be a judge. There's a certain level you have to get to. So when you're a lawyer, you might try to confuse a judge, or you might try to pull up something that you think may help your case.
You might try to pull some type of trick up out of your
bullshit.
Yeah, you're a judge. I mean, you're a lawyer. All a lawyer want to do is get their case to win. I want wins under my belt. What's in it for me? If you think of everything about what's in it for me, and then you got negative and positive. These judges, what's in it for me? I stand on positive, which means everybody knows that man done did something he ain't had no business doing. Everybody knows that. What happened to the little girl? I'll be up there on the court. Say, Mr. Sean Diddy Combs, can I ask you a question? Whatever happened to the little kid you claimed you adopted? And show me the paperwork on that. but you on social media saying that it's official. I adopted a little white girl. Where's you adopted, because you're a grown man and you're a millionaire, and I'm pretty sure that you understand that adoption has some type of adoption papers with it. Wouldn't you agree? Next thing you know, oh nah, sir, I just did that for explain to me what was that about. I just did that for social media. Okay, well, where the little girl at? Because your social media clique can't even find a little girl. Oh, I know. She's still on one of those islands, not Epstein Island. Everybody think it was only one island. She's still on one of those islands. That's where she at.
But when you have a judge that knows the law like the back of their hand in every aspect of it, game over. Judge Baker just asked Diddy's lawyer, was the RICO evidence presented to the jury to convict Diddy on the Mann Act? And Diddy's lawyer said yes.
Game over.
Game, set, match.
Game over, bro.
Game, set, match. Game, set, match. They're spanking. Bro, I know Diddy got to be mad as hell. They spanking his lawyers today. Spanking. I'm talking about, bro, they don't pull out the belt on their ass.
No. Diddy ain't mad yet. They don't pull out
the belt today. The belt. This one of them old school, got daggone, come in the bedroom. Yeah, come on, you got 5 licks.
5 good ones.
That's how my daddy used to do me. Hey, man. All right. You got 5 licks. Go ahead. You know what it is. Boy, you trying to eat each lick. By the time you get to that 3rd lick, oh my God. Boy, it feel like forever. You got 5 licks. Try to tell y'all this, man. You know what I mean? Oh. They putting an absolute beating on Diddy's lawyers today. And this is no cap. Diddy's lawyers just admitted that. They just admitted in open court. Let me repeat myself again. They just admitted in open court that RICO evidence was presented to the jury to convict on the Mann Act. So this is what they're going to say. They're going to say, hey, well, that shows you right there. They used the RICO evidence to convict them on the Mann Act. That shows you they believe elements of what Cassie and these people were saying about being coerced. Appeal denied. That's what they're going to say. I'm telling you this. That's what they're going to say. This is when you get a beating in front of the world. This ain't no beating that's at your house where don't nobody else get to see it. No, this is an ass whooping in front of the world. This one of them loathsome, shameful ass whoopers. And this is what happens when you got a bunch of people that's running around social media that don't know a damn thing about the law. You know, running around here with oversized suits on and shit like that. Funny ass hats. You know what I mean? Talk about sidebar. Don't know a goddamn thing. You know. Got him. Got him.
Oh my God. That is no ticket. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Sidebar. A sidebar. See, what happened was, Diddy is he down there like this. It's funny. This what I say, Ticket. I'm talking to you, Ticket. I always say this. I'm gonna have Gene on the show also. I gotta get Gene on the show. But Ticket, this is what I always say. It sure is funny, these people talking all this trash are the one they've been locked up before. See, I ain't never been locked up, bro. I ain't trying to go there. So I'm studying how this stuff work because I don't want to get in no trouble, Your Honor. I throw myself on the mercy of the court. I don't want none of this mess. Only thing I know is, yes, I did it, and I'm sorry. You best believe I ain't gonna do it no more. But everybody who been through the system are the main ones that know the system. See, I was locked up with Diddy, and when I was his cellmate, I don't want to hear a daggone thing you got to say, Mr. Jailbird. I'm sorry. You did your time, but you still a jailbird to me. That's always on your books. Now you coming out here trying to do it the right way. Sidebar. Oh my God. Don't say that. I can't even look at the dude no more, man. I don't need. God dang. Here we go. God dang
Fake ass jailhouse lawyers. Yeah, sit your ass down. Run around social media. They don't know a damn thing about the law. Run around here with oversized suits on and shit like that. Funny ass hat. You know what I mean? Talk about sidebar. Don't know a goddamn thing. Fake ass jailhouse lawyers. Yeah, sit your ass down. Your ass is history, nigga. Who else you know Flo Vicious is me? Yeah, it's a wrap. Pack these dudes up, man.
Sometimes you got to get out there and say something about the clowns, man. You got to. That's why I did a whole 2 albums. I'm almost finished I got to do these 2 more songs, man. I've been working on my YouTube course. Yeah, all the clowns. Yeah, my YouTube course is doing very well. I appreciate it. I thank all my, I'm saying this because ain't nobody gonna buy that course, cost too much. Yeah, because your broke poor tail can't, yeah. Just like the girl was talking about he got all that equipment where he just like being around that equipment. He don't know how to work that equipment. How you know what I know how to do? That's the part that kills me. How people are so worried about other people. I'm not worried about you, baby. I'm not worried about none of y'all. I'm focused, man. I am so focused on what Uncle Mike needs to do and what Uncle Mike don't need to do. If you shut up, either join my team so you can be a better person. But nah, you want to sit here and talk all this trash. These people don't know what they talking about. Okay, fine. You think they don't? I guarantee you this, from day one, since I jumped on this case, I've been 100% right. Diddy ain't out of jail yet, is he? He ain't get no bail. He got 50 months. See, I told y'all. Okay, yeah, 2030. I guarantee you that. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It got real quiet after he asked. Bro, it got real quiet after he asked about that RICO evidence. And that shit got real quiet. You could hear a rat fart in the courtroom. Real quiet. Judge Baker says, hey, was the RICO evidence presented to the jury to convict Diddy on that Mann Act? Diddy's lawyer said, yep. Hey, man, he probably gonna say, well, what the fuck we here for then? What was you wasting my damn time for then? Why are you wasting my time? You sit up here crying about they used, hold on, y'all. Here we go again. Judge Nardino came back. Oh, this shit is diabolical. Judge Nardino came back out the back. He came out the top rope like the late, great Macho Man Randy Savage out there. So Judge Nardini comes out and says, are you arguing that he acquitted conduct, coercion? Excuse me. Judge Nardini comes off the top rope and says, so are you arguing that the acquitted conduct of coercion, fraud, cannot be considered in his sentencing at all? Diddy's lawyer says they ain't even relevant.
Oh my God.
Hold on, this shit is crazy. This is crazy. Judge Nardini said, let me repeat this again. Judge Nardini said, so are you arguing that the acquitted conduct, the conduct that Diddy was acquitted for, coercion, fraud, you saying that they can't be considered in the sentencing at all? Diddy's lawyer says, man, that's not even relevant. She said, they ain't even relevant. Judge Nardini says, your brief caricatures, the district court use of the acquitted conduct. Judge Nardini says, your brief caricatures, the district court use of the acquitted conduct.
That's crazy.
Man, it's a thorough ass whooping, man. It's a thorough ass whooping.
I can't believe this. I can't believe.
Thorough. Oh. Mm-hmm. Damn. Somebody in the comment section said they're not granting him a pardon. They can't grant him no pardon. The only person that grant Diddy a pardon is Donald Trump. It's not a pardon. What they do is they overturn your judgment, or they reduce your sentence. You know, that's not a pardon. A presidential pardon, only the president can give a pardon. That's to the person in the comment section. So just so you know, for future reference, it's two different. It's called two different things, right? So I just wanted to let you know that. So it'll be like, oh, they overturned his conviction, right? Or they adjusted his sentence. A pardon is only for presidents. A president will come in and say, you know what? Nah, this is wrong. I'm just going to use my pardon power to pardon him. But Trump is never going to pardon Diddy. You know why? Because Trump's guy is the one that's holding Diddy down. Trump's guy is the one that's holding Diddy down. He's Trump's guy in the Southern District of New York right now is the one that's leading the charge to keep Diddy in prison. Why would Trump go against him? It makes no sense. You're not going against the guy you put there. This is the part I be trying to tell people, like, y'all got to understand the law. If Donald Trump puts a guy in office, the day he put that dude in the position, right? When he removed Maureen Comey and he put his own guy, and his guy came out and said his guy asked for more prison time for Diddy, that's when I knew Diddy wasn't getting no pardon. I said, man, ain't no way Donald Trump gonna put his own guy out here, then fry the dude he just put out here, he gonna fry him. That dude was gonna go in there and do the bidding. So if he went in there and he says, well, we're not gonna push for that much time, then you know, okay, well, he for Trump. Trump rolling with Diddy. But once he went in there and he pushed for Diddy to damn near get double the time Diddy got, man, ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way.
Bro, they was pushing for Diddy to get over a decade in prison.
Ain't no way.
Donald Trump's guy. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why all these Negro fools that was running around here saying that Trump was going to give him a pardon, you gotta shut your ass up. You gotta shut your ass up. Give him a pardon where? Who, what?
Pardon these got him.
Straight like that.
Pardon these got him.
So, Judge Nardini then came back and said, and let me repeat this part right here to y'all. So Judge Nardini's whooping the hell out of Diddy's lawyer. This is an ass whooping. Judge Nardini says, are you arguing that he acquitted conduct, coercion? Are you arguing that the acquitted conduct, coercion, fraud cannot be considered in sentencing at all? Diddy's lawyer said, hey, man, that's not even relevant. The judge says, your brief caricatures, the district court use of acquitted conduct. Judge Nardini says, at the trial, this is Diddy's team. At the trial, the defense argued that he never intended that the specified conduct occur after state lines were crossed. But on a plane, he showed a woman video prior incidences where it happened. That's proof. Game over, y'all. Let me repeat myself again. Diddy's lawyer is out here kicking ass. Not Diddy's lawyer. The judge is kicking Diddy's lawyer draws up their ass.
Oh
Let
my
me say this again
God!
to y'all.
Don't say that.
I gotta repeat this again.
Don't say that. No,
Judge Nardini is going stupid, dumb, crazy in the courtroom right now.
I'm
Judge
trying to tell
Nardini
y'all.
says, are you arguing that the acquitted conduct of coercion and fraud cannot be considered in sentencing at all? Diddy's lawyer says, man, it's not even relevant. The judge says your brief caricatures the district court use of the acquitted conduct. Judge Nardini says, at the trial, y'all, the defense argued that he never intended. So the judge is saying, at the trial, you're saying that Diddy never intended that specific conduct occur after state lines were crossed. But on a plane, he showed a woman video of prior incidents where it happened. That's proof. Game over. Diddy's lawyer says, well, our defense is focused on coercion. You idiot. Diddy's lawyer, hey, yo, I swear to God, I'll fire Diddy's lawyer myself. I'll fire myself. That's coercion. You damn fool. Pay me the money. I'll beat that goddamn lawyer. That's coercion like a motherfucker.
Ooh, come
Excuse
on.
my French.
Yeah, your French is
That's
excused.
coercion. You damn fool. If I get you on a plane and show you a video and say, if you don't suck it, you're done, that's coercion. The hell is wrong with these people? Diddy lawyer up here talking about some our defense focused on coercion. She just said it. I swear, man, I know that nigga Diddy got to be fuming. Boy, this nigga Diddy got to be fuming. He got to be fuming. Bro, there is no way, bro. The judge is kicking your ass like this. The judge says at the trial, Diddy's defense argued. I'm going to say this again. At the trial, Diddy's defense argued that he never intended that the specific conduct occurred after state lines were crossed. Think about everything that they just said. So they're saying at the trial, y'all said that y'all didn't intend for this conduct to occur. But now y'all have been saying, oh, well, this was just amateur corn. Hold on, which one is it? Then let's talk about the coercion. She says, but on a plane, he showed a woman video of prior incidences where it happened. That's proof. Game over.
Game over.
You can't show somebody a video if it didn't happen. And then Diddy's lawyers talking about coercion. That's the coercion. Is that they had to pay money to stop that nigga from releasing the video.
Watch out there now.
Oh my God, bro. If stupidity had a name. If stupidity had a name. I got half a mind. I got half a damn mind, bro. Judge Baker then steps in. Lord have mercy. They stumping a mud hole on Diddy's lawyers. Y'all, we passed the 10 count. This shit is over. This is no mercy rule right now. Judge Baker steps in and says the mere fact that you are acquitted doesn't take it off the table. And so far that the conduct is also convicted conduct. That can't be. Diddy's lawyer says there are going to be cases closer than this one. I sat through this trial for 8 weeks. They focused on RICO. Judge Baker says the Mann Act was a sideshow. But why shouldn't we just hold the government to what they argued? Diddy's lawyer says we should. Many people in America question whether it is constitutional to allow acquitted conduct to drive a sentence. This was the highest. Judge Baker says, okay, let's take violence off the table. But we have finding of physically pressure and drugging them. Diddy's lawyer says this is an upward variance. The judge says the guidelines are just that, only guidelines. 2 women were plied with drugs and 1 became an addict. Man, they kicking his lawyer's ass. Oh my God, bro. That nigga gonna cry. That nigga gonna cry, bro. That nigga gonna cry, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Judge Armstrong Rainey, he could have gave that nigga 10 years and they wasn't gonna overturn this verdict. They wasn't gonna overturn it. They wasn't gonna overturn it. They was not gonna overturn this. He could have gave Diddy 10 years. That's why the judge was so smart. That's how I know they cooking up. Let me tell everybody listening to this video. I know they cooking up another case on this nigga.
I tried to tell you.
I truly believe the judge said, you know what? I'm gonna walk in the lines.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It is too many. What about the little girl? I apologize for saying she crying too much, but I want her to stop crying and focus on getting her case done. And she has a female lawyer. I like the fact that her lawyer is not even in that clique. See, it's a clique thing. If you think positive and negative and clicky, it's a clique thing. It's clicking. Click, 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 click. Because see, that lady is not in the clique. Like Courtney and the daggone female lawyer he got trying to shop a daggone video and telling lies on Jaguar and Big Homie CC. Big Homie CC was like, man, I wasn't even there. So they threw that case out. Now she is in trouble, so she on suspension for a couple of months because of something she did. Come find out Jay-Z or somebody had something to help her through law school or get her law degree, pass the bar or something. Now, that's too many stupid stories. Now, then you got the other, I don't know why he did this, man. The dude, Lil Rod. Lil Rod done got the wrong lawyer too. His lawyer come find out. I'm like, dang, how did that slip out? Your lawyer doing this for pro bono. Come find out he using ChatGPT to write his. I said, oh my God, man. Are y'all in the same, all y'all in the same clique? Don't nobody want to win. They don't want to win fairly. Now, we got this other dude. His name is Thomas or Tom. I forgot his name. The white dude with the beard that said that Diddy ski on Biggie's clothing and made him do some stuff he ain't want to do. He got a case and they moving forward on his case. Who's his lawyer? Ain't nobody saying nothing about his. He ain't looking for the fame. He's smart. He jumped out there, did a couple of interviews, just a little bit, right? He's smart. He ain't say, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that, whatever. But he put out there, I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all looking at, but I know one thing. If Uncle Mike has some situations going on in the courtroom, I'll be like this on social media. I wouldn't even say nothing. I would think that I accidentally say something that hurt the case. That's what you got to do.
That, can't nobody fuck with my sentence.
Whoa, watch out there now.
He had to have known they're probably coming with more shit.
Whoa,
so
watch out there now.
Everybody was crying at the trial that was on the other side of Diddy. Said, oh, you didn't give him much time. The judge knew exactly what he was doing. The judge said, I'm going to make it so I'm going to put this nigga in a box so he can't get no appeal. And so they got 5 years to go cook up and bring those other charges they're going to bring to him, however they're going to bring him. Watch. Y'all niggas think this is a game?
They must do. They must.
The judge, and when Diddy was doing all that, yeah, Judge, you did a great job. Man, the judge ain't go for none of that shit. That judge baked a cake. Cake been baked. Cake been baked. The judge baked the cake. Cake been baked. The judge says, hey man, Diddy filled him up with drugs. And one even became an addict. Man, he said, look, let's take the violence off the table. He said he didn't even want the violence on the table. Let's take the violence off the table.
Take the violence off the table. No violence on the table.
Man, bro, this is bad news, man. This bad news. This bad news. And TMZ dropping a report right now. There's a real shot he could be free. You a damn lie. You must not be watching this trial, TMZ. Boy, his lawyers are here getting their ass kicked thoroughly. they getting their ass kicked. I'm talking about, nigga, this is no mercy rule. They down by 50 in the first quarter. We in the first quarter, and they down by 50. And TMZ over here talking about something. Yeah, hey, it's a real chance. Man, y'all been lying to these people this whole time, man. I done told y'all this. And when you don't lie, people get mad and call you a hater. Oh, you hate, man. Nah, man, shut up, man. Sit down somewhere, you damn fool. Hey, man, them judges, man, Judge Submarinian was wrong. No, you big dummy, you don't know the law. That's why a lot of you motherfuckers was in prison. Because you idiots don't know the law. Fake ass jailhouse lawyers. Sit your ass down and shut the hell up.
Shut
But
it
we
up.
don't nobody want to hear from y'all no more.
I can't believe.
Telling y'all this right now.
Oh my God.
The judge said, man, he filled them up with drugs and everything, man. This is what happens when you get deep into real law. That's why I tell y'all, it's always great to study. Tell your kids, don't turn to the streets. Get your ass in them books and study, man. When you study and you start understanding things.
Don't say it like that to your kids. You make it into a game. You instead of giving them an allowance, you make it into a money game. And I know the secrets, man. I know the secrets to raise a kid because my daddy raised me. And then later on, he told me what he did, like with allowance and stuff. He was like, you did all the work, which was you was going to do anyway. And I gave you the money, which I was going to spend. What you want to do with your money? Let's go to McDonald's. I want to go to McDonald's. Okay, you got your own money. Let's go to McDonald's. But if I didn't have the money, then Dad would have had to pay for it. See the trick? And I thought that I worked hard for my money. Should be able to do whatever I want with my money. It gets kind of difficult when they get 16 and they get a job and they want to buy some little cheap broken down car that don't work. And your parents are saying they know better. That car, you would never get tags on it or insurance. That car is not even safe for you to drive. This happened to me, y'all. And then I went out there and it's my money. I should be able to buy a daggone car. Okay, well, fine. I'm letting you know now. You should not be buying this car, but we're going to go ahead and let you do it. Since this is your money, you worked hard for your money. We're trying to protect your money, but you want to be against us, go ahead and buy it. Car sat there for about, a month and a half. Finally, my father said, I'm tired of cutting around this car, the grass, because it's sitting in the side of the grass. Either get this car out of my yard. This is my yard. Get this car fixed or get it out of my yard. Lesson learned. Wasted the money. Not only did I waste the money on a car, I had to pay somebody to come get the daggone car. Here we go, man. Let's go.
It's about law. When you start understanding things about, you understand what I'm saying? Laws as well. Different rulings over the years. You'll understand the basis that is set for a lot of these different cases. That's why they use a lot of these cases as references, past cases, past decisions, as reference lines. But Diddy's lawyers are trying anything they can to fight around those edges. Just that they trapped. There ain't nothing to fight. That judge, everybody try to talk shit about Armed Submarine like he was capping. Man, Arm out there walking like ain't nothing going on, like ain't nothing happening with him, man. He like, man, y'all lucky he ain't hit that motherfucker for 10 years. I could have hit him for a 10, right? I could have hit that motherfucker for a first down right now. And what they would have said, nothing. I could have hit him for a first down right now. Right now. Right? Man, it's bad news, you guys, man. Bad news, man. Damn. Crazy. Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Y'all smash the like button, man. I got a bad feeling, man. As soon as this thing is rejected, I feel like there's gonna be another case that come up, man. I'm talking about more charges. I've been trying to tell y'all this. Man. I think that everything's been waiting on this day. See what's gonna happen with this appeal, man. You know? They kicking his lawyers' draws. If I was Diddy, I wouldn't pay their ass another dime. Let's be honest with you, man. Don't waste your money no more, man. It's a waste of money, man. For them to come in here and get their ass kicked like this, man, a waste of money, bro.
They don't know how to do right, man. That's what
But
the
hey,
problem
that's what lawyers
is.
are supposed to do. They supposed to waste your money.
Yeah, they gonna collect their money. They get paid. Man, I hope
shit,
to God.
y'all.
Well, okay.
What the fuck?
Don't say that.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Don't say that.
What? Hold on, y'all. What did I just see that at? What? I know I just seen that. Hold on. Oh shit! This can't be true. Hold on, y'all. I'm going live after this. Hold on. Oh shit! They're gonna just. Oh, Donald Trump is a dirty mofo. Donald Trump is a dirty mofo. Oh, he getting ready to destroy them. I know exactly what this is about. Oh shit. The feds have just opened an investigation into the NFL.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Donald Trump doing that because they had Bad Bunny do that Super Bowl halftime show. Now he's going to try and destroy the NFL.
And then they kneeling down on one knee.
But it's not even about Bad Bunny.
I got to put a stop to this.
Donald Trump's Department of Justice Department has opened an investigation into whether the National Football League has engaged in anti-competitive tactics that harm consumers, according to people familiar with the situation.
What?
Damn. He gonna do the NBA too. Donald Trump is going after all these motherfuckers. Boy, this finna get disgusting. Oh shit. This finna get disgusting right here, bro. Let's get back to this Diddy thing. I'll talk about the NFL in a different video. Man. Man, oh man, you guys. Hold on. What'd he say? Hold on, y'all. What this man said? What? What the Hold on. What?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, my bad, John. I'm trying to do too many things. Shh, be quiet.
Why did that shit disappear?
she just waking up, y'all.
Hold on one second, guys. Something just happened. Hold on one second. Something just happened. Hold on.
She said, "Don't show me. I just woke up. I look terrible." Come on, ticket. Wait a minute. Ticket on that.
Nah, hold on. That's something. Hold on.
Hold on. I'm finished.
You guys.
Wait a minute.
Yes. So Judge Baker said.
Wait a minute. Here we go.
Just give me 1 second.
1 second. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, you guys. So Judge Baker said the guidelines are just that. Only the guidelines. 2 women were plied with drugs. One became an addict. Then Diddy's lawyer says this was the highest sentence for any person in this criminal history category.
And
our principal argument is that the term victim should be interpreted with its plain meaning. The judge says, thank you. Stick around for rebuttal. I hope you have a bottle of water. Oh my God.
they ain't playing. They ain't playing, dog.
Oh man. The judge told Diddy's lawyer, hey man, these mofos is cold-hearted around here. Shapiro said this was the highest sentence for any person in this criminal history category. Our principal argument is that the term victim should be interpreted with its plain meaning. The judge says, thank you. Stick around for rebuttal. I hope you have a bottle of water. Oh my God, bro. Damn. That's it, y'all. Diddy's lawyers can't say nothing else now. We go to the prosecution. They gonna tear their ass up, man. They gonna tear their ass up, man. Oh man, bro. They don't do them like that, man. He told him, hey man, I hope you got some water. Tear their ass up, man. Hey, don't come here all that damn cap, man. We're wasting people's time. Oh, capping ass, man. Get your ass down somewhere, man. Man, bruh. And y'all heard what that dude said, man.
What'd he say?
Dude said that you squeezed in his mouth, bruh. That's what the white dude said, man. The dude Jonathan,
Jonathan, that's his name.
Jonathan Hayes said, man, you put your beefcake in his mouth and he can still taste your nuts, man. Come on, that's sick, man. That's bro. Anybody that's like that, bro, and if that's true, you don't need to be in free society, bro. If that's true. Come on, man. Let's just keep that 1,000. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Try to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all, but you don't want to listen to Uncle Mike. Nope.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.com.
It should make you want to throw up, man. I'm just being real with y'all, man. Reprehensible, man. Right?
I just finished the last video for my YouTube course. I'm done. I'm so happy. I just sat here and finished editing the last video. I just finished. I'm done. Uploading now. Save.
Oh my God, right? You told him to get some water though, man. Bro, this ain't even lunchtime, man. Don't do that, man. I ain't taking it to the extreme. I'm telling you the truth. I seen that comment just now. To the person who said that, I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you the truth, bro. I'm not taking it to the extreme. I'm telling you exactly what they saying, brother. Brother, they getting their ass kicked. I'm telling you the truth, bro. I would not lie to you. Diddy's lawyers in here getting their ass kicked. It was so bad, the judge told them, go get some water, man. Hey, go get some water, have a seat over there on the bench. Yeah, you on timeout we ain't gonna play you no more tonight. You done. What you mean I'm done? But I can make a shot. Nah, you ain't making nothing. Nah, you can't make nothing. You're a bricklayer. You can go ahead and take your ass over there and sit down somewhere. You just make sure you sit under the bench, under the end of the bench. That way none of us got to even see you. We don't even want to see you.
Got to look at you.
Just go ahead and sit under the bench. Here we go, y'all. So now here comes the prosecution on their ass. The prosecution is going to annihilate these people. The prosecution says Judge Submaranian correctly applied the law. We never divided out the Mann Act charges. Now, Judge Merriam says, but did you distinguish in closings in count 3 and 5, Jane Doe? It doesn't talk about Mrs. Ventura or Mrs. Doe being coerced. The government said the government's theory was the conduct involved the woman and the escorts. I don't have our exactly language at closing. The judge says, I do. The theory was that he caused commercial sex workers to travel, not that he coerced Mrs. Ventura.
I told y'all.
Right? So they're being fair. They're being fair. The judges are being fair. The judges are grilling. The judges are being fair and they're grilling the prosecution. I like this. This is even. I like this. This is even.
They grilling, done.
This is even. I like it. This is even right here. Once again, the prosecution came out and said, hey, Judge Submaranian correctly applied the law. We never divided out the Mann Act charges. Judge Merriam says, hey, but you did distinguish in closings in count 3 and 5, Jane Doe. It doesn't talk about Mrs. Ventura or Mrs. Doe being coerced. And then the government says the government theory was the conduct involved the woman's and escorts. I don't have our exactly language at the closing. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to be fair on this channel. I'm not going to just call it one side. Bro, if you're the government, this is your problem. This is why you lost to RICO in the what you call it. This is why you lost to RICO in the sex trafficking. Because y'all on cap. You ain't fully prepared. You going to come in an appeal hearing and you're going to tell the judges that your theory, that's your theory. You ain't talking about facts. You're talking about your theory. Your theory was the conduct involved the woman and the escorts.
Oh my God.
She says, I don't have our exactly language at closing. What you mean you ain't got your exactly language? You should know exactly what the hell you said. The judge know what you said, so the judge says, I do. See, this is the problem with the prosecution.
Ticket killing them, baby.
The prosecution ain't crossed all their T's and dot all their I's like they supposed to. And that's a real problem.
Show me all your sports clothes like you
can't come in here talking about, I don't remember exactly what I said. You the prosecution, the hell you mean? You're the one that's bringing the charges against this and the allegations against this dude. You can come up in the court talking about something you can't recall. Man, sit your ass down too. Both of y'all have a seat. I'm going to call it how it is. I'm going to call it exactly how it is. So the government says the jury was correctly instructed under the Mann Act. Judge Nardini says there's a new guideline. As Judge Submaranian said, juries don't acquit people of conduct, but only charges. They don't find people innocent, but these new guidelines, listen to this again. This is very important, right? So Judge Merriam said, I do. The theory was that he caused commercial sex workers to travel, not that he coerced Cassie. Right? That's what they said the theory was from the prosecution. The government says the jury was correctly instructed under the Mann Act. The judge says, Nardini ain't playing with nobody. Nardini says, and there's a new guideline. As Judge Submaranian said, juries don't acquit people of conduct, only of charges. They don't find people innocent, but these new guidelines and it goes on.
And on and on and on.
Right? The government says the jury was never asked, was there coercion? Judge Nardini says, you're arguing there's no such thing as acquitted conduct. What is it under count 2? Question mark. The government says the commission did not set any bright line rules. Judge Nardini says, but here we are. Here goes the clapback. I like these judges, bro. See, when you a judge, you got to be impartial when you listening. And I like the judge. I like these judges. These judges are going in on both sides. I like these judges because when you're a judge, you have to listen to both sides. You really have to, take heed and listen to both sides if you're a judge. Let me say this again. So the government says the jury was never asked, was there coercion? Right? Judge Nardini says, you're arguing there's no such thing as acquitted conduct. What is it? Under count 2? Question mark. The prosecution says the commission did not set any bright line rules. Judge Nardini says, but here we are. But here we are. I like these judges, man. You keeping it fair on both sides, and you grilling both sides. And I'm gonna tell you something. Once again, man, the prosecution, they did a horrible job. Because when you had all those charges, you only came out what you came out with, you wasn't fully prepared for what you needed to be prepared for. And you can't blame nobody else but yourself. So the government says the intercontinental video of Diddy assaulting Cassie. Judge says that's acquitted conduct, right? The government said, I think that's right. That was not necessary to the Mann Act. The judge says, Judge Nardini, on the flight from Canes, he shows videos. See, that's where the coercion is going to come in. Because here's I'm going to tell y'all something. Diddy's lawyers said they're arguing coercion, that they were coerced to do this by Diddy. Diddy's lawyers are saying, hey, look, they willingly did this. You can't willingly do something. If somebody says, yo, if you don't come over here and do this shit, I'm going to show these videos to the world.
That's blackmail.
That's coercion.
Blackmail.
Game over. That's coercion. And if you guys remember in the trial, they showed the payment that Cassie's parents had to make to Diddy just to prevent that tape from going out. Think about what I just said. The worst thing Diddy could have did was, and this is probably the biggest mistake Diddy made, period. Out of all the bad things that Diddy did, the worst mistake he made was make her pay for that video. Because there was receipts for that. So that, because that could have just been a denial situation, like, oh no, I ain't showing no videos. But once that payment was made, game over.
Game over.
And they showed that in court.
Game over.
Once that payment was made, now they showing, hey man, so you forced her to pay, you to not put that out. Think about it.
The parents had to go get a loan. That's what somebody said in the chat room.
That's what got him caught up bad.
That's crazy.
So when the parents had to go and get a loan, and then they have the records of those payments, and I'm talking about the money going into the account, blah, blah, blah. That's it. I mean, it's over with right there. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. You know? So it's different when you're talking about acquitted of conduct versus charges, right? I want y'all to think about this. Conduct versus charges, right? I'm telling y'all this. Conduct versus charges. Charges are you being charged with the Mann Act, you being charged with sex trafficking. Conduct is things that may have happened in between or inside of those charges. Like violence, all these other things. Coercion, things like that. Right?
Holding the gun to somebody's head
isn't a charge.
Blowing up Kid Cudi, that's his guy's name. or blowing up Kid Cudi car. Well, how the car get blown up? We don't know, Your Honor. We just gonna put that paper clip. Put that over here. What else happened? No. Put that over here. We don't have proof for all this stuff. But all this stuff is adding up. It's funny, all these people having these problems. Now that you in jail, ain't no problems. What that mean? We got to use some common sense, man. Here we go.
Is conduct relevant too? Right? So that's why you can use, Diddy's lawyers say, oh, you can't use it. You can use conduct. Right? So that's the big situation right there that people aren't looking at. Right?
Somebody said, Diddy tried to get out of prison so he can run. I really believe that. I think the courts believe that too. They was going to put him in some type of box, put him on somebody else's plane, change planes to somebody else's plane, change planes to somebody else's planes, and be living in the jungle. Somewhere deep in, I don't know, let's say the Philippines. I'm just going to say the Philippines. I'm living in the jungle. My kids come visit Manila in the Philippines. Then they drive down to the jungle to come see me. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Cool. All right. See y'all later. Bye. And then going back. That's better than being in a jail cell. Oh, yeah. They going to stick it to Diddy. Somebody else they about to stick it to, man. They about to stick it to somebody else, baby. Because he black. Is that what you trying to say? If you got a fine girlfriend like a Cassie, how can you call this person, she don't even got to be fine. How can you call a person your girlfriend and you letting another man use the bathroom in her mouth, dog? That right there, the stuff that Diddy did, I swear to God, if we would have known 5 to 10 years before he went to jail, if we know he was doing this type of stuff, you wouldn't be a fan, and that's facts. I'm talking about if you really, really knew. I'm talking about if you seen a tape like R. Kelly. Oh my God, man.
Like, share, and subscribe as y'all come in here, man. Let's get the likes up, y'all. We should have already had over 2,000 likes. But y'all, they hate. It is what it is. I mean, the hate is real. The hate is real. Let me see something here. Let's see something here. I want to bring up some information for y'all. That's what I want to do, right? Let me see.
I'm trying to skip forward a little bit, y'all. I can't believe this. Oh man, I can't believe Diddy locked in a cell, tunnels under his house, and he can't make bail.
So Judge Nardini said,
Here we go.
On the flight from Canes, Diddy showed those videos. The government says this case presents a lot of gray lines. Judge Nardini says each of the counts have multiple elements. Judge Baker says we have to write this opinion. What is the principle that distinguishes the two? What do we look to? Question mark. The government says discretion. So let me read this to y'all again so y'all can understand.
Talk to me.
The government says this case presents a lot of gray lines, and that is true. The judge says each of the counts have multiple elements, meaning each thing that Diddy was, charged with. Judge Baker then says, we have to write this opinion. What is the principle that distinguishes the two? What do we look to? Question mark. The government says discretion. That's huge right there. That is huge. Discretion is definitely huge. That's huge. Discretion is huge. Bro, these judges going in on all these people. Let me see. Let me see. All right. Appreciate all of y'all. Let me get right to this. All right. Yeah. Let me see. Damn. Why did I do that? Hold on. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, so, bro, this case is crazy. East side was supposed to have 10 minutes, bro. East side is taking an hour, bro. This was supposed to have been over in 20 minutes. This was supposed to have been over with in 20 minutes. Right? Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to see what he said right here. Let me see something. What he said? All right, you guys. So, the government says, showing video on the plane. Judge Nardini says, but maybe you can't find that was coercive in nature. The jury did not find that. It's acquitted conduct. No. Judge Merriam says, I have the same question as Judge Nardini. How does the video add to the Mann Act? So they're asking questions. Now, if you're the government, what do you say? You say, hey, it adds to the Mann Act because they were forced to go across state lines and do free calls or reveal or deal, with the consequences or deal with the consequences of being exposed. Having the videos exposed. So that's how you deal with that right there. Hold on, y'all. Tell this mother. Hey, clean the pool. Clean the pool up. I'm getting in about an hour. So yeah, right? So did everybody tapped in?
All right, we cleaning out the pool. I'm trying to skip. I think that's it, man. I know some more info going to come up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go.
So
I've been skipping.
The judge asked,
okay,
And that's a good question, again, by the judge to ask, well, what does that have to do with the Mann Act? You have to ask these questions on the record.
Mm.
And I just saw some breaking news. They're saying that the Democrats are projected to seize control of both chambers of Congress this November.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, what the hell is this? Boy, that war took a toll on everybody. Hold on, you guys.
I'm trying to hurry. Dang, what happened?
Say. The government says
somebody said, Diddy's son. Where's Diddy's son? No, King Combs is next.
State Judge Summarian was considering a whole 8-week trial as a pizza. The travel and the Mann Act, that's one slice. Judge says, man, I can't follow no pizza analogy. You can still consider the slice. He basically said he's going with it. The guidelines might limit. I'm positing that the guidelines might limit. And then, hold on, let me see what else he says. Hold on. See, the government, these people, you trying to use pizza analogy and stuff like that. Listen, I told you as simple as this. Once he said, hey, what distinguishes, you talking about gray lines, I can distinguish a gray line easy. You said that you all knew 100% he showed her that video. We have already said that video was shown to basically control and coerce her into going and doing these acts, which would be a part of the transportation for prostitution under the Mann Act. That's all you had to say.
That's all you had to say.
You come with all these damn pizza analogies and stuff like that. Nobody want to hear that shit. Shout out to the judges for keeping it 100, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing games, man, and get to the nitty gritty, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the judges, man. Real talk, the judges being fair. I ain't gonna lie. The judges being fair out here, bro. You cannot say the judges ain't being fair. They damn sure being fair today. So the government says, I find it hard to think about this in the abstract. Judge Nardini says on the leadership enhancement, there are 5 participants: Diddy, Kathy, Jane Doe, and 2 escorts. The government says no, that's slightly inaccurate. It's 2 owners of the escort service. So the government said that's slightly inaccurate. It's 2 owners of the escort service. The government says. Hold on, let me see something. Oh shit! No!
Don't say that.
Damn! This day is crazy.
Game over.
This day is crazy.
They clearly letting them know that they ain't taking no shorts.
What?
Unless it's coming from a midget.
Man. Bro, we got to go live again after this. Let me screenshot this. I can't forget this. We got to go live again after this. This is a whole different. Damn. This is what I got right here, y'all. It's gonna change history. What? No, it has nothing to do with the war. Has something to do with a legend that y'all all love. And this made a lot of people feel away. This made a lot of people feel away. Hold on, let me make sure I screenshot this. You guys are not going to want to miss the next video I come in here on. This is unbelievable. Let me see. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna say that for y'all. That's a whole different. Man, I'm reading this thing right here, y'all. This is gonna make everybody go crazy on the internet, bro. This gonna make the entire internet go crazy. I guarantee you this. If I'm lying, bro, and y'all know I ain't capping. Y'all know I ain't capping. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this right now. I'm finna get this shit jumping right now. No cap. Because I know y'all think I'm joking. This is sad. If this is true, bro, it's going to break everybody's heart in this building. If this is true, everybody that's listening to this video right now, it's going to break their spirit. It's going to break your heart. If what I'm looking at right now is true. Yeah, I was going to leave off here. I'm coming right back. I got to do another live. As soon as I get off here, I'm coming right back with a new live. I can't even get around it, bro. Not after this. If this is true, bro, and I always thought about this. I'm not even going to lie. I always thought about this. And I was like, yo, why nobody said this? Like, if what they saying is true, why nobody said this? And I'm just going to be honest with y'all, man. I don't know, man. This one gonna hurt. Hold on, you guys. This one gonna hurt. Let me hold on, I'm getting that ready right now.
He getting it ready, baby. Let's. He ain't gonna let us know.
That I'm looking at right now. I'm sorry, you guys. The reason why I had to pause is because my jaw dropped. When I saw this, my jaw literally dropped. And I'm telling y'all know I'm not capping. When I come back in here, as soon as this is over with, when I come back in here and I drop this, damn, bro. Yeah, I can only hope and pray this is not true, man. This bad. This bad, bro. Hold on, y'all. All right, so back to this Diddy case real quick.
Sorry, y'all.
Damn, bro.
Okay. Golly.
All right, hold on. We wait on the next update for that right now on the Diddy case, you guys. We're waiting on the next update. Shit.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, yeah. All right, you guys. So yeah, man. Give me 1 second, you guys. Check something. What is going on? Just give me 1 second.
I'm going forward.
All gonna be shocked.
Okay.
Everybody that's watching this video, you're all gonna be shocked when y'all see what I'm talking about, man. I think it's gonna really, Hold on. I think it's really going to make people feel a certain way.
Some type of way. Make me feel some type of way. Hey. That car you
Nah, this has
driving.
nothing to do with Diddy. This is something else, man.
That car you
big.
driving.
When I say it's
make
big,
you feel
it's
some
big.
type of way.
And everybody was feeling way about this. I say this. Y'all not finna believe when I say this.
Man.
We just got it. Here we go.
Here we go.
So the last thing they say to you guys says, I find it hard, says the government, to think about this in the abstract. Judge Nardini says, on the leadership enhancement, there are 5 participants: Diddy, Kathy, Jane, the 2 escorts, and the government says, no, that's slightly inaccurate. It's 2 owners of the escort service. The government says the last thing I would say on this, even if Judge Submaranian made an error, and we don't think he did, it was harmless. He said he would impose the same sentence. Judge Baker says, was the 50-month sentence substantially unreasonable? And the government says, no. No. The government says, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. So they're saying the judge says that he would have made the same, claims. Let me see this. Yo, I can't believe I'm about to drop this video to y'all. I can't believe this shit, bro. No cap, y'all. I can't believe I'm about to drop this shit, man. Man. Man, bro.
All right, Tiki, you wasting a lot of time, man. You ain't saying nothing, man. You looking up and researching. But I feel you though, man. I'm gonna cut it. I'll probably watch this upstairs or something. It's only 15 minutes left, but what he's trying to do is gonna be in the next video anyway. So look here, man. Hey, I'm trying to let y'all know as far as this Diddy case, bruh, no way in the world. There's no way in the world, man. There's no way in the world they're gonna let this man out early. Diddy might be coming home today.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Why is this thing so loud? Well, how about that? I'm just gonna turn down. Maybe I gotta turn this up some. I don't know, but we're going.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Let's turn that down. One more time.
Bullshit.
There you go. That's feel better in my ear. Trying to balance everything out, man. Got all this stuff over here. You gotta tweak stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Hey, I'm letting y'all know right now that tomorrow, I don't even know if they're gonna have a verdict for him Monday. Tomorrow's Friday. Everybody gonna be looking. This how this stuff works. Everybody gonna be looking what they say. Yes, no, shorter time, whatever they're gonna do. They ain't gonna come back until Monday. I don't know why they gotta drag this stuff out. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Shh. Peace out.